Another day, another COD rant. Um, where do we begin today? Where do we begin today? So yesterday, if you caught my live or went back to watch it, I was specifically talking about, cheaters and how many cheaters there might truly be in this game versus what they're telling us as far as like how many bans they're doing. And then I did a comparison to Riot Vanguard telling us, hey, in the last 4 years, what up, Warwick? Riot Vanguard told us that in the last 4 years, they've banned like over 3.4 million players, which is like one player every 37 seconds. And then Call of Duty comes out and brags about 19,000 right here, which is like this is comical. This is comical. They're bragging about 19,000 bans. But this 19,000 was like from 2 or 3 weeks ago, right? And then yesterday, like clockwork. So I did my live like mid-morning, midday-ish. And then mid-afternoon, Call of Duty drops this Ricochet update. See, December 16th. Where they basically say, we messed up. Nothing's working. We're trying to fix it. But the fixes won't be here until like season 2 or season 3. So for those of you who don't know, we're in season 1.5 right now. So season 2 or season 3, we're talking about like March or April of 2025. This game just released, and they're basically telling the player base, you are either going to have to deal with the cheaters until March or April of next year, or basically don't play. That's what they're saying. Like they are conceding, but in a weird, like arrogant way, because they're still trying to convince you like they're doing everything they can. And yesterday, another content creator that goes by Sub1KD, he made a video where he basically proved not only why Ricochet is not working, why it is never going to work. And they told us on day one. Day one being back like 2 years ago when they dropped this blog. This was the, hey, this is Ricochet, our new anti-cheat initiative. And everything you need to know about Ricochet is right here. What is it? A kernel level driver. What is a kernel level driver? But there's one specific point. They told us from day one, and we were naive, but they told us from day one this was never going to work. This was all publicity. This was all publicity. And you know what that thing was? It is, let me see, is it this one right here? You zoom in a little bit. Zoom in a little bit so you could read it with me. Is the kernel level driver in Ricochet anti-cheat always on, even when I'm not playing a game using Ricochet anti-cheat? No. Ricochet anti-cheat's kernel level driver will only operate when you play a game using Ricochet anti-cheat. The driver shuts down when you exit the game and turns on when you start a new game. That right there is why Ricochet has never worked and will never work. Because if you are a cheat provider, a cheat developer, or a developer that works for a cheat provider, your entire job is to just say, hey, all I got to do is create a spoofer that tells Ricochet when Ricochet turns on, all my spoofer has to do is tell Ricochet, hey, I'm not a cheat. Look somewhere else. And Ricochet says, oh, you're not a cheat. You're good. Basically, Ricochet anti-cheat is the equivalent of like a superstore security guard who's not allowed to have a weapon. But the superstore has like 8 entrances and there's only one guard and he's only ever guarding one door. And while he's guarding that one door, he doesn't know what he's looking for. Like he's just looking at people coming in and out, but he can't tell who's stealing anything. because it's just people and everyone looks the same to him. He can't tell what he's looking for. The fact that this isn't on all the time, they told us from the beginning. They told us 3 years ago. This is all a publicity stunt. This will never work. This is never going to work. And I know the argument that comes up is, oh man, because I don't want some intrusive thing on my PC. Listen, that's the cost of doing business. It's like anything in life. You go to a job and a certain company has a dress code. Either you abide by the dress code or you're probably not going to keep that job. You go to a club, a lounge, anything. There's a dress code. If you don't abide by the dress code, they don't let you in. You go to a store. You go down at the little gas station 7-Eleven. Hey, man, you got to have a shirt on and some shoes on. You try to walk in there shirtless, barefoot, they're not going to let you in. Right? That's the price of admission. These are their rules for you to come into their establishment. Same thing is going to happen in gaming. If the game says you need to run this anti-cheat, which is kernel level, which runs the moment you turn on your PC, if your objection is, I don't want this running on my PC when I turn on my PC, then that's the price of doing business. You're not going to play this game. It's really that simple. And Call of Duty has been too pacifist, in my opinion, because their number one goal is player count. So to keep that player count high, they say, well, man, if we don't do this kernel level driver to only operate when Call of Duty runs, we're going to lose players. Guess what? If those players feel like they need to hide something, then they don't need to play your game. It's your game. They've told us this in the past. When they're making game changes and they say our philosophy, our game, well, keep that same energy when it comes to the anti-cheat. You tell the players, hey, this is our anti-cheat for our game, and it's going to run when your PC turns on. And if you don't like it, then don't play our game. But they won't do that because this company, all they care about is money and metrics. Money and metrics. They do not care about anything else. They released this blog yesterday bragging about their efforts for the anti-cheat. And today, there's a billion cheaters on the game. There's a billion cheaters. Let me show you guys. This is Tactical Brit from today. Tactical Brit today. Every single game, 3/4 of my games in an hour, and half on Warzone ranked have had the server DDoSed and taken down. You know who's DDoSing the servers and taking them down? The cheaters. Every time you beat a cheater in COD ranked right now, they DDoS the server so that nobody gets SR. Okay? That's today after the blog where they claim we're getting rid of cheaters. Okay? All right? This is them claiming that, bans are now happening hourly due to increased velocity from several Ricochet anti-cheat systems. According to who? Because people are playing 3, 4, 5, 6 hours and they're literally running into the same cheaters game after game after game. All right? Because the queue times are so slow that everyone's queuing up with the same people. So they're starting to recognize the cheaters by name. So increased velocity hourly, it's not doing anything. It's literally not doing anything. Okay? Like look at this. I'm gonna show you another tweet. This is from FIFA Kill. Got hacked on for 10 hours straight yesterday. Got back on today thinking maybe it'd be different. Nope, second game on. So he shows a clip here of him getting cheated on. This is after the Ricochet blog, where they're saying we increased the velocity at which we're scanning for cheats. Like, this is pure insanity. This is pure insanity what this company is doing to its own community. Look, this is Mutex responding to Nate Shaw. Nate Shot said, thinking of playing something new on stream since Call of Duty is infested with cheaters. And the servers they provide for us have the tick rate of the servers I played on in 2009. It's a primitive gaming experience. And I think that summarizes it best. We are at the end of 2024 in a multi-billion-dollar AAA org who loves to brag about how much money and sales they have made. And we are playing a primitive gaming experience, right? And then Mutex says, crazy, bro. Another massive creator for COD just can't stand it anymore because nothing is being done. When the fuck will they take action? When you stop playing the game. If you keep playing the game, you are telling them that you are willing to accept the problems because you cannot stop playing. You see, everybody loves to talk about stop buying bundles, stop spending money in the store. They don't give a shit about you spending money in the store. If you are logging on and you are playing, that's it. They got you, bro. They got you, bro. They got you. So when people keep naively asking, when are they going to fix it? When the player count drops to the point where Microsoft says, holy shit, no one's playing the game. We just paid $60 billion for this company and no one's playing the game. That's when they will take action. But if you're going to log in every day and keep playing for 10 hours a day, like FIFA said, they're looking at you like, yeah, the game's bad, but he just played 10 hours. Yeah, the game's bad, but they're still logging in. And that's the problem. I keep telling ya, sacrifice requires discomfort. If you want them to fix the game, if you want them to treat it with urgency, you need to stop playing the game. You need to stop. They need to see the literal player count drop so drastically that they have to have an emergency all hands meeting. The type of shit where people's vacations get fucking interrupted. Like, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. Because right now it's the holidays and the whole community is like, oh man, they're all gone for the holidays, man. Nothing's going to get fixed until after the New Year's. If you all logged off the fucking game today and didn't touch it from now until the New Year's, I promise you people's vacations are getting cut short. I guarantee you. Because at the end of the day, they're still a company. At the end of the day, they're still a company. And if their game tanks, people are going to get called. It doesn't matter. I don't care if they're out of state, if they went on vacation, if they had this vacation plan with the family for 5 years. People are going to get called if they see that player count drop. But as long as you keep playing 10 hours a day, dealing with the cheaters, you say it's unplayable, but yet you're playing it, so clearly it's not unplayable. It's intolerable, but you're playing it. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. All right? And now we're starting to see some streamers crack. Some. Like, for example, here's Kaylee. Give the gift of Cole. Absolutely. Kaylee said, is this what it's like to be a Call of Duty viewer? Watching people complain 24/7 but refuse to play anything different. My God, I want to apologize to my viewers because watching everything on the timeline is insufferable. So many new games out. Take a break before Season 2. That is the point I'm telling you. That is the point I'm telling you. Watching people complain 24/7 but refuse to play anything different. They got you. They got you. As long as you're playing, they got you. As long as you're playing, I'm telling you, I promise you they had a team meeting where they probably talked about all this. Yeah, man, the game's in a bad state. Servers are bad. Hit reg is bad. Cheaters is bad. And then before the end of the meeting, they said, okay, so when we get back from vacation, we're gonna put our heads down on this. And the reason why they said when we get back from vacation, because they also probably said in that meeting, hey man, player count's still up though. Game's not bad, but everybody's still playing. So they said, okay, cool. So we gonna go take those vacations. because they're still playing, so it's cool. It's bad, but it's not that bad. Clearly, not that bad for them to stop playing. Sometimes in life, you are your own worst enemy. Sometimes in life, the things that are stopping you, the things that are hindering you, the things that are slowing you down, that obstacle that you seem to keep running into in life is you. And right now, with this particular game, what we're seeing with this community is that the biggest problem with Call of Duty, aside from the game itself, is the players. The players want change, but everyone is too scared to do the things that's going to trigger the change. It's like that whole, not to get political, but it's the whole concept of peacefully protesting. There's a time and place for it, but then there's a time and place where the peace isn't getting you what you want. And in this case, obviously, I'm not advocating for violence. The advocation in this situation, if we're going to relate it to peace versus violence, the violence would be not playing the game. That would be the violence here, not actual violence. Okay, so don't misquote me. The peace is you tweet about it, you post your clips. Hey man, this is bad. Can we fix it? That's the peaceful approach. But we're way past that. We're 3 years deep into the peaceful approach. So now the violent approach, as it relates to gaming, is stop playing the game. Because that's going to violently drop their player count reporting. And that is going to trigger a violent response from them and saying, wow, no one is playing our game. We need an all hands on deck moment now. We really need to. This is where people are going to start having 10, 12, 14-hour days, sleepless nights type of moment. Because they are a multi-billion-dollar company who has taken nothing but pride in bragging about their money. So it's time for us to make them put that money to work. Okay? And they need to fix the game. Like, this is really bad. This is really, really bad. And in this little fluff piece they dropped yesterday, it doesn't say anything as far as like how they're going to fix this. It doesn't say anything. But I'll tell you what it does say. I'll tell you more of why they're gaslighting us again and nothing's going to change. I'll tell you specifically where. There's 4 things they say. Account bans are now happening hourly due to increased velocity from several Ricochet anti-cheat systems. This is in addition to the over 19,000 accounts we've removed recently. These updates to our systems mean enforcement response times are now quicker than they have ever been. That's a lie. Because I just showed you tweets that shows that people playing today and playing yesterday after this blog was released are still running into cheaters every single game. So this is a lie. Leaderboards. The cleanup process has been updated for faster synchronization of leaderboard changes. This is telling me that this is happening manually. They are manually waiting to see who they prove is a cheater and then manually taking them out of the leaderboard. But those people they're removing from the leaderboards are not getting banned. How do I know? Because the players are saying it. The players are saying it that, oh, this person got removed from the top 250 or top whatever, and then I ran into them 3 days later on the same account, still playing. Right? They're not banning these people for some reason. They're just saying, oh, you work for your top 10, we're just going to remove you from top 10, and now you're at the bottom again. But for some reason, they're not banning them, and that's what I'm not understanding. Okay, next, investigations. We have significantly expanded our replay investigation render farm. This is a giant red flag for me. The machines used to generate clips for examination. So that's what the render farm is. Basically, they put up more servers so that they can capture more data, more game data, so that they can review more replays. We've also ramped up the group dedicated to manual review clips. Now, I know a lot of people have said, hey, man, why don't you just get a group of people to watch streamers and, you can see live what's happening. Here's the problem with that. This is where streamers start thinking the world revolves around them, right? So no disrespect to any content creators. But that's a selfish, isolated thought, right? Saying to somebody, I'm a big streamer. I stream 10 hours a day. Yo, if you just watch my stream, you'll be able to ban so many cheaters live. But what streamers need to understand is that there are thousands of players that don't stream who are also running into cheaters. So what do? Who watches their gameplay? So when streamers say just get somebody to watch my stream, sure, that might be a solution for you personally. But what about everybody else? See, so this is why this is not an answer. Manual review of clips with the thousands of Warzone games that are happening every single hour of every single day, all times of the day, morning, afternoon, night, in all different time zones, you will never manually catch up. You'll never keep up, and you'll definitely never catch up to manually review all those clips, right? Because this says based on priority order that favors detection. But how is that priority decided though? Is it decided on if I report you once, if I report you 20 times, if 4 people report you, if 10 people report you? How is this priority being decided? And then how are these reports being, how are they being vetted? Because we know in Call of Duty, people love to report people just when they're mad. Oh, I died to this dude, I'm reporting him. So how does that report get vetted as priority or not? You see what I'm saying? There's so many red flags in these statements that are just like, this is not going to work. This is never going to work. All right? In the last several weeks, the replay tool updates have been highly effective at validating detection and reports, providing further training for AI systems. And this right here is the biggest problem they have. Contrary to popular belief about AI systems in regards to these auto detections in cheating, we are nowhere near having AI systems that can accurately detect cheating. Know how I know? Because cheaters are still playing the game and legitimate players are all getting shadow banned damn near every week. So whatever their algorithm is learning, it's incorrect. Okay? It's literally just incorrect. Our focus is ramping up speed of enforcement when cheaters do make it through our initial checks, which eliminates bad actors before they make it into the game. Another cap. I just showed you content creators who are saying they're running into cheaters every single game, since every single day. Clearly, the bad actors are not just making it into their first game and making it through the initial checks, but they're not getting checked at all because they're not getting banned. They're not getting kicked. Okay? We use a series of systems that include human reviews, problem, kernel driver detections to block memory tampering, which I already told you before. The kernel level driver only runs when Call of Duty is open. As soon as Call of Duty closes, the driver is not running, which means cheat providers just create spoofers. This is another problem, right? Client-side and server-side detections to flag suspicious behavior, and AI systems to get illicit accounts out of the game as quickly as possible. None of this is working. None of this BS that they're saying here, none of this is working. People aren't getting initially checked. They're making it through the first game. The kernel driver is not running when your PC is on, so people are just running spoofers. The AI systems aren't learning anything that it needs to be learning. This is all cap. This is all bullshit. This is all fluff. Okay? This is all fluff. And then here's the thing where I said why. Not only is the anti-cheat not going to work, but shadow bans are going to continue and get worse. Because they say right here, and as always, please report cheaters you see in game. We use these reports in our investigations into new and emerging cheats. This is why people going to keep getting shadow banned. Because as long as people are out there spam reporting, their AI systems are taking those reports and they're flagging them as like, oh my God, this guy got reported 50 times. he must be cheating. Let's shadow ban him until we can determine otherwise. And you see the problem, right? You see the shadow ban loop problem? Because this is why I asked earlier, how are these reports being vetted? How are these manual reports being vetted as they happen? And how is their AI system vetting those reports? Or is the AI system just saying, hey, this person got reported 20 times, I better flag their account, flag meaning shadow ban them, until I can verify they're legit or not. So now an innocent person got shadow banned because they killed someone else in the game, and that person just got mad and just sat there and reported them 50 times just because they lost. For no other reason other than they lost. So now that other person is in the shadow ban loop. Guys, Ricochet is the worst anti-cheat system ever made. And Call of Duty making people wait. Like right here, I skipped over this, but this is very important to my entire rant. The team is developing major updates for Ricochet anti-cheat systems, including our kernel level driver and brand new server-side protections, launching during Season 2 and Season 3. So right here, they're basically telling their whole community, we may not even see any effective changes for another 3 to 4 months. And if you know Ricochet and Call of Duty historically, they don't do anything on time. And Ricochet has already proven to not work. So really, Season 3 might mean more like Season 3 Reloaded, which is another 45 days past this. So this could be April. Hell, this could be May. And that's half the game's life cycle. Because remember, by May, June, we already start getting updates for the next Call of Duty dropping at the end of the summer. So it's like, this is embarrassing. And I think more people need to do what Kaylee said. And you got to stop playing this game and go find something else to do. For your mental health, for your viewers, for any potential audience that you want to grow, any new viewers that you want on your channel if you're a content creator. If you're not a content creator, if you just play video games for fun or your mental health, stop playing this broken game. Stop convincing yourself that it's going to get fixed. Because a lot, like I said, we are our own worst enemy because a lot of the community literally gaslights itself. You know, and I guess I'll give you a good example of this. Here's another example. So if you played, what up, Locke? If you remember during Modern Warfare 3, we had ranked on Fortune's Keep for like the Season 2, and then we basically had ranked on Rebirth for the whole game's life cycle. And then the big map didn't get any updates, any changes at all, right? You remember during MW3, what did the community start saying? Yo, I think they're focused on Rebirth so that when BO6 drops, they're going to focus on Big Map. But now Big Map dropped, and what happened? They gave us an old version of Urzikstan, and everything's broken, right? So last game we said, oh, the reason they gave us Rebirth is because they're focusing on Big Map for BO6, right? And then, what's the community saying now? Hold on, I'm gonna find you the tweet. So this is from Flexi, and he's responding to the anti-cheat. So now he's saying, this basically says to me that the current state of Warzone is not the priority, and their full attention is on the launch of Verdansk. You see, this is what I'm saying. Activision doesn't even need to move the goalposts because they have trained the community to move the goalposts themselves. Last game we said, oh, all this Rebirth stuff is because they're focusing on BO6 Big Map. Right? Now all of a sudden, it's, oh, they're just focusing on Verdansk. We are gaslighting ourselves now. The company's not even doing it for us. All right? We have gotten to the point where Activision Call of Duty have lied to us so much that now people are lying to themselves. This is where we are. This is where we are. We are moving the goalpost for ourselves before Activision gets a chance to do it. And this is no shade to Flexi, because he's not the only person I've seen with this kind of statement, right? With this opinion. I've already seen a bunch of people who said this too. Oh, that means they're focusing on Verdansk. That's why. That's why they're not fixing it now. They're focusing on Verdansk. This is what I heard with MW3. I heard this with MW3. Oh, this is why we're stuck on Rebirth, because they're getting ready for BO6. And now we're already kicking the can down the road again. Oh, you know why they're not fixing BO6? Because we're getting ready for Verdansk. And when Verdansk launches and it's broken, you know what they're gonna say? Oh, well, that's because we're getting ready for the next IW game. That's what it is. We're getting ready for the next game. It's always the next game. We've been saying the next game since Caldera. We said, oh, it's because Vanguard wasn't great, so we're just getting ready for the next game. And then Modern Warfare 2 dropped, and that was a disaster, right? I have nothing else to say, man. I have nothing else to say. This blog post, this anti-cheat blog post, just put it all into perspective for me. And to tie it all back into what I said at the beginning, why the kernel level anti-cheat must run always. As soon as you turn on your computer, it must run always, is because of the way the Riot Vanguard one works. And here's an example, right? This is from 2024. Somebody did an article of what is Vanguard. You know, so Vanguard is Riot Games' custom anti-cheat. It's a kernel mode driver. It runs as soon as you turn on your PC. It runs, right? And if you try to run anything that Vanguard might even deem as inappropriate, you get this little pop-up here. Like, for example, this is somebody who tried to run Notepad. And you might think, oh, Notepad, but Notepad is nothing. Right, but if you're playing a video game, why are you opening Notepad? Shouldn't you be playing a video game? Why are you trying to open up apps? Right? So Vanguard understands the threat of opening Notepad because you can write scripts in Notepad and you could create batch files and you can run stuff. So Riot Vanguard says, hey man, you tried to open Notepad, you know, you're not allowed this. But if you want to open Notepad, here's what Vanguard does. Vanguard will close your game. It will let you open Notepad, but then it says to you, this will put your system in an untrusted state. You will have to restart in order to play games that depend on Vanguard's functionality. So Vanguard basically makes it very clear to you. Hey man, if you want to open Notepad or whatever other apps, go ahead. We're going to take you out of the game. We're going to let you run those apps. And then when you want to get back in the game, you need to restart your PC so that Vanguard starts running again. Because if you're not cheating and you got nothing to hide, then you should be cool with that. You should be cool with saying you're going to close the game while you're trying to run any other app. And then you're going to restart your PC to make sure everything's starting up fresh. So you don't try to get around the system. And this is why having a kernel level driver that's always on is so important. Because, oh, and by the way, this was another article, which I thought was very interesting. So, and this article's from 2020, by the way. It's right here. In 2020, Vanguard was already detecting DMA anti-cheats. In 2020. You see, because a lot of people keep saying, oh, DMA anti-cheats, they're new, and, you know, a lot of people, they're very expensive, so not everybody has them. DMA cheats have been around for a while. And Vanguard has been on top of this shit. They have literally been on top of this shit. You know how I know? Because it says it right here in the article. They say the two things of how they combat DMA. DMA refers to direct memory access, a method by which a piece of hardware could, as you probably suspected, Directly access memory. Windows API not required. So this is why a DMA cheat, they'll take like a physical PCI card connected on a secondary computer. They'll daisy chain the two computers and run the cheats that way. So when most anti-cheats run, they can't detect that that PCI card has the cheats on it, because that PCI card will read like a Wi-Fi card or whatever, and then people will bypass it. But because the kernel level driver runs as soon as you boot up the PC, they can detect it. And then look at the second point they said here. How are they able to fight it? We straight hired the guy that developed the technique to detect it. They just hired the dude. They just said, hey man, I know you making these cheats, but like we'll just pay you to like help us create the anti-cheat to detect it. And money talks. So the guy probably was like, cool, yeah. I probably make easier money this way. So he just told them how to detect it. This guy, you know what's funny? This guy is probably working both sides. This guy is selling people the DMA anti-cheats and working with Vanguard on how to detect them. And the community is so stupid. The community is so stupid. Yeah, these DMA cheats have been around for a while, and Vanguard has been detecting them. And this is why they have a kernel zero anti-cheat that runs as soon as you turn on your computer. See, Ricochet is a kernel level driver. Ricochet always on, even when I'm not playing. Nope. Ricochet only runs when you run a Ricochet game, which in this case it's Call of Duty. This is why it has never worked, and this is why it will never work. If they don't make this thing run on boot, good luck, man. This game is chalked. It's gonna always be chalked. It's gonna get worse. It's never gonna get better. Cheaters are never gonna stop. They're never gonna be stopped, and they're never gonna stop cheating. So this whole blog bullshit here, oh, manual updates, manual reporting, this is all bullshit. This is all bullshit, guys. In 2 to 3 months, nothing will change. The game will be worse. You're all gonna be suffering from crazy stress and anxiety, pretending like, oh, maybe next game, maybe next game, maybe next October, maybe next March, maybe after winter break. Stop playing the fucking game. I'm telling ya. Forget the store bundles. Forget all that bullshit. A company this big, you only affect them one way: player count. When the player count drops, that's when they will panic. That's when they will respond. Okay? That's it. Stop playing the game. I know it's hard. It's addicting. It's a drug. I get it. It's like trying to give up coffee. You're going to get a couple headaches for a few days. But you know what happens after a few days when you give up coffee? The headaches stop. Because your body stabilizes. So yeah, those first few days are going to be terrible. You're going to feel like shit. All right? Those headaches are no fucking joke. Those withdrawal headaches, terrible. I get it. But once you get past the withdrawal phase and you realize, damn, I haven't had coffee in a week. And then you realize, damn, I also haven't had a headache in like 2 days. And then you start to realize there's a light on the other side of this thing. It's just nobody wants to get past the headaches right now. Nobody wants to get past not playing Call of Duty. Nobody. And that's the problem. As soon as people log off and they get a little headache in the middle of the night, they get back on and log on. And they tell themselves the same thing FIFA said. Same thing FIFA said right here. I'll show you his tweet again. Same thing FIFA said right here. Got hacked on for 10 hours straight yesterday. Got back on today thinking maybe it'd be different. That's the problem. Everybody says the same thing. Maybe tomorrow will be different. How is it going to be different? The game hasn't changed. Nothing has changed. How is it going to be different? It's the same cheaters logging into the same account, logging into the same game. What makes you think tomorrow will be different? That is a psychosis. Doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Like, come on. How many times y'all gonna bang your head into the wall and keep wondering, hey man, how come it hurts every time I hit my head on this wall? How many times you gonna ask yourself? And how many times you gonna do the same thing? Hit your head on the wall. Damn, it still hurts. I'll try again later. Hit your head on the wall. Damn, it still hurts. I thought it wouldn't hurt if I tried later. Why wouldn't it hurt? It's the same goddamn wall. Yo, like, I'm telling ya. Stop playing the game. And I'm not saying this as in stop playing forever. Stop playing the game until they fix it. They are a multi-billion-dollar company. They have the money. They have the money. Okay? They have the money. Make them use their money that they love to brag about. All right? Because they love to brag. They love to brag about highest selling Call of Duty. We made $3 billion. Lock. Maybe season 2. Look, it's right here. It's right here, Lock. Right here. During season 2 and season 3. Okay? So there's no guarantee that it's going to be season 2. What up, PG? There's no guarantee. Maybe it'll be fixed in season 2. Maybe it'll be fixed in season 3. Nobody fucking knows for sure. All right? Nobody knows. They're hoping. Do the math on this. Do the math. How long is the season? Like, how long is the season? We're talking about March, April, maybe May. So you're telling me we're in December. And the game maybe, because none of this is guaranteed. The game maybe won't be fixed until sometime between March and May. Excuse me? Anywhere from 4 to 6 months. The game may not be fixed. And I'm supposed to sit here and keep playing every day? Pretending everything's cool? Everything's redacted. When I end the stream, you won't even recognize my voice. It won't even be English. I'm telling you right now, I'm not waiting till season 2. I am not waiting till season 3. I am not playing this game until I see actual fixes. I don't want to see blog posts. I don't want to see shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I don't want to see what ifs. I don't want to see no make-a-wish shit. I want to see action. If I don't see action, I'm not logging into this game. You want to brag about your money to me? I want to see you put that money to the test. I want to see you use that money to fix the game. I am a paying customer, and I demand the product that you offered me. This is not the product that you offered me. Okay? That's it. This isn't me telling y'all not to ever play Call of Duty ever again for the rest of your lives. I'm simply telling y'all, if y'all want to sleep well at night, I haven't played Call of Duty since November 27th. November 27th. Today is December 17th. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I say I've been sleeping like a baby, I literally mean it. My wife has had to wake me up a couple times, be like, yo, you're snoring. I don't even regularly snore, my guy. And my wife is like, yo, you're snoring. That's how good I'm sleeping, okay? I'm sleeping so well that I'm snoring. It's crazy. And it started when I stopped playing this goddamn game. PG, it's in the beginning, it's a lot, right? It's a shock to the system. There's a lot of shit happening. There's a lot of noises and colors and shit's exploding in your face. Pause. But if you play with people and then you start to learn the game loop, you start to make sense of it, right? Especially in the beginning, you haven't unlocked anything. It's almost like Call of Duty. You're playing with like a stock gun and you only get like 1 lethal, 1 tactical, no special abilities. Like you're playing of the very base game. So once you start unlocking things and then you start to understand like, oh, I unlocked this tactical, and this tactical is actually better, then the game starts to make more sense. Because when you're playing with like the plain Jane stuff, yeah, you're out there you're like a bot, not because you can't play, but because like, the game starts you with the worst stuff. Always, right? It's the same thing like with Call of Duty. Like the game fucking starts you with like a decoy grenade. Like you don't even get a Semtex to start with, right? It's the same thing with the finals. They want you to get in. They start you slow. They want you to get a hang of the game, learn the gameplay loop, and then you start unlocking stuff. And then the game actually becomes even more fun because now you get to use like the crazy shit, like the fun stuff, I guess. And like I said, if you play with people, 100 times better when you play with people. Yeah, and it's not pay to win. I specifically love that. It's not pay to win. You cannot buy the items. You cannot buy the items. Everything in the game can only be unlocked through game time. The more you play, you basically get in-game currency, and that's how you unlock everything. So I said this in one of my lives a couple days ago, where if you're playing the finals and you see somebody that has everything unlocked, that's a person who's been playing the game a lot. It's not pay to win. They're not putting money into the game. They're not buying everything. You can't buy any of the guns. You could buy operators and you know, the visual stuff. But it's designed, you know, you have to play. You have to play the game. And I love that. Yeah, the characters are funny as hell. The characters are funny as hell. You should see one of my characters. One of my characters has a dinosaur head, and the other one is dressed like a Mexican mariachi. What up, Savage? No, COD is not safe. COD is not safe. Stay away from Call of Duty. If you care for your mental health, stay away from Call of Duty. But I'll be on the finals today. I didn't get on yesterday because I just had stuff to do. I'll be on there today. If anybody's around, I'll be around. And it's free. The finals is free. Literally, like, everything's free. You don't gotta pay for nothing. It's cross-play. You can play on controller. Play on your console, you know. So I'll be on it today. If anybody can join, great. And if not, I'll go live. I'll play it. So it's all good. Nah, it's all good, PG. Listen, I'm only gonna be playing the finals from now on. I'm not playing COD. So whenever you're home, we run it. So Lock said, look, Lock said he's gonna be home. I'll run it with you, Lock. I'm only gonna be playing the finals, so don't worry about it. They just told us right here, Call of Duty Season 2, Season 3, maybe. So I got no reason to touch this game till like March or April. I got no reason to touch this game. I'm not gonna drive myself crazy. For what? I'm telling you, I'm still watching COD players every day be miserable as hell. And I think the saddest part for me is everybody being naive. The ones who are playing being super naive. They'll spend an hour yelling, talking about, I'm not gonna let this game get to me. My guy, the game already got to you. The game already got to you. What you mean you're not gonna let the game get to you? You've been yelling for the last hour. The game already got to you. Like, what happened to shame? We can't even admit when we're doing what we're doing. People will be raging on COD, talk about, I'm not gonna rage today. You've been raging the whole time. What are you talking about? I ain't finishing shit. That's why I didn't do that fucking camo grind. Listen, I did the zombies camo grind, and I genuinely 100% utterly feel like I wasted my time. I'm not even kidding you. I 100% feel like I wasted my time. And I wasn't kidding with you when I told you. I ain't doing fucking camos anymore. I'm not doing camos anymore. This was the last time I go for any camos in COD. From now on, from this moment forward, let's say they fix the next Call of Duty and the anti-cheat works and the servers work and COD is back to normal. I'm playing COD organically. I'll rank up the guns, I'll unlock the attachments, and I'm good, bro. I'm good. I don't give a fuck about no camos ever. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not grinding no fucking camos for anyone for no reason. Nothing. I'm done with that shit, bro. That shit, that's another mental head case. The whole grinding camels, that shit is another problem in of itself. You over here grinding camels, not playing the game organically, frustrated because you're sitting there in a fucking little ledge, like a bird, because you're trying to get 5 headshots in a row without dying, and you die on the 4th headshot, And now you gotta start all over again. And now you're frustrated. And now the game's over. And you're like, fuck. Now I gotta load into another game and try to get these 5 fucking headshots without dying. And you get 4 and you die again on the 4th one. And now you go to your spot, but now somebody else is camping your spot. And you're not playing the game organically. And you're frustrated. And it's been 8 hours and you only got 1 camo done. Nah, bro, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit. I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna play the game organically and kill people and go on streaks and rank up my gun. And when that gun is ranked up, I go to the next gun and I'll rank them all up. I'll do them all. I'll do them all, so I can have them all ranked up and ready. Cause you never know what's gonna be meta in Call of Duty. But I'm not sitting there like a fucking bird looking for a spot because I gotta get fucking 5 bloodthirsties, or I gotta get 3 backstabber kills without getting hit, without taking damage, or I gotta kill 3 people while stunned. So I'm playing like a fucking idiot the whole time because the game wants me to play like a fucking idiot, and I'm not enjoying my time because the sweat next to me is trying to get a clip for TikTok, and I'm sitting here like, oh shit, I better fucking crouch walk because I gotta get these 3 kills without dying. What up, Leia? I'm not fucking doing that anymore. All right? I'm not doing that shit anymore. I'm out there looking like a fucking idiot while everybody else is having fun. No, I'm not doing no goddamn camo grinds anymore. I did that shit more than enough time. I'm fucking done. I'm done with that shit. Whoever wants to do it, more power to you. I'm gonna watch your misery. PG, like I see it, man, and it's not just that I see it. I went through it myself. You know how many goddamn zombies I had to kill to get that zombies camo? All right, you know how many zombies I had to kill? It's like, nah, man, it's not worth it. I didn't even do any of the zombie Easter eggs. I'm over there fucking farming zombies in circles for hours and days and nights and mornings, and then I get the camo and the game is broken. So now like, I got the camo, but I can't play the game because the game is broken. It's like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? And then look, by the time they fix this game, we already gonna be getting ready for the next game. And then you know what they're gonna tell me when the next game drops? I can't bring this camo over. So damn, so I just grinded all this camo and I can't bring this camo over? You're sick. Oh, that sucks, Leia. Hope you feel better. Whatever it is going around. Cause I've been kind of off since last week. I'm feeling better now. But yeah, I know a lot of people have been sick, so definitely hope you feel better. Just me going on my daily rants, fired by PG. I like to do these live just because like I want I want my unfiltered opinion on there in real time. I don't want to edit anything. You know, I need that to understand the passion of my frustration. So, but yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I've been ranting for a while. I think I've been ranting for almost an hour. But like I said, I'm gonna be on the finals tonight. The finals is the game I've been playing. I've been enjoying it. Um, yeah, I'd be living off Daycore and Nyko too. I'd be taking like illegal amounts. I can't even talk about that on here. I'm gonna be playing the finals. I enjoy it. Like I said, I'm not out there trying to prove anything. It's not even about the winning. It's literally just about I'm having fun out there. Like I genuinely feel like a kid again playing a video game that's just fun. There's no objective in mind. There's no ulterior motive. It's not about winning. It's not about a rank. It's not about any of that. It's literally just playing a video game to have fun, for joy, for entertainment, and that's what I'm getting out of it. Because I know right now we're in a weird competitive scene with gaming, and everything is about rank and being top this number one, and it's like that's great and all. I'm not discouraging competitiveness because I'm a very competitive person, but I think COD just COD burned me out on that right now, and my mindset is not on competitiveness. My mind is really like I just want to have fun. I want to be able to play with people and actually have conversations while we're playing and make jokes and not take ourselves too seriously. Lose, you die, it's all good. Like, I just that's what I want out of gaming, and I'm getting that with the finals right now. I wasn't getting that with COD for a long time. Um, I haven't got that with COD for a long time. Even in MW3, I played a lot of MW3. If y'all saw us, y'all saw me, AP, Legacy, Edgar, Locke, Mel. Y'all saw us all playing MW3. Uh, Bluntly, like I wasn't having fun. Like I was playing because I knew how to play the game, but like I wasn't having fun. And I think it finally hit a wall for me. With the game being broken and the cheaters worse than ever, I finally just hit a wall where I was like, I can't fake this anymore. I can't pretend anymore. Leia, yeah, get better, Leia. Definitely hope you get better. Yeah, Locke, like I seen you playing that the other day, and it's just like I want that for everybody. I want that for everybody. That's why I've always enjoyed Leia's stream because Leia will play whatever, and she'll have her chat will be moving because Leia's not being driven by anything specific. Leia's not sitting there like I gotta play this one particular game because that's what chat wants. Like I've seen Leia play damn near fucking everything. So, and that's what I want for everybody. Like I want everybody to just enjoy gaming. Like the shit. Like when I see other people playing, specifically COD, I feel like I'm watching people at work. Like you ever just watch somebody at work miserable, you know, waiting to clock out? Like that's what it looks like when I watch people playing Call of Duty right now. Like I'm watching people at work just looking at the time, waiting when they can end their stream because they don't want to be there. They don't want to be there. They don't sound like they want to be there. They don't look like they want to be there. They're just looking at that clock like, God damn, when's my goddamn break? When can I end this fucking stream? Like, shit is sucked. This is miserable. That's what I see. That's what I see when I watch people play COD, man. Miserable people forcing themselves to do something they don't want to do because they're just afraid of taking that leap of just going and trying something else, man. Like I said, it's like a withdrawal, man. They do look like zombies. They do look like zombies, and it's sad. It's literally sad. It's literally sad. And I told myself, cause I checked myself. I saw myself. I heard myself on my own streams. I heard myself on AP stream. I was getting angrier. I was yelling more. I was shouting more, and I was like, "Yo, this is not. This is not the character that I want to portray as a gamer because I play games to have fun, not to rage." So I can't do it anymore. I had to get off that game and find something that I'm having fun with, and I found something. So yeah, I appreciate you all stopping by, listening to my rants. There will be more. And if you're around tonight, this evening, I'm gonna go live on the finals. If you can't make it, it's all good. Nobody, I'm not here to obligate anything. I'm always around, and if y'all when y'all go live, I'll catch y'all streams as well. But I'll be live tonight, and I appreciate all of you. And for now, that's all I got.